Bonjour YouTube fam, HIGHnRICH here, and today I'm gonna teach you how to make yourself float. Using Photoshop, of course. I mean, nobody can really float, but anyway, let's get to it. Intro. Actually got an intro. I don't know what you think of it. Let me know in the comments what you think. But anyway, let's get to this video, and I'm gonna teach you how you can make it look like you are floating using some Photoshop magic. This is the first tutorial video that I'm doing with regard to Photoshop and Lightroom, so let's just jump into it. So okay, here we are in Lightroom. This is the photo I took of myself earlier, and then I took another one where I kind of jumped off the table looking like this. Anytime now, there we go. Looking like that. Okay, load. Okay, cool. Looks like that. Basically gonna use the feet of this one, and then this one that just has an empty background. Like, or not an empty background, it is just the background. Yo, this one is much more properly framed. But anyway, be that as it may. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those two photos, we're gonna put it into Photoshop. I've already done all the editing in Lightroom that I want to do with it. We can obviously tweak it later. But let's get into Photoshop and get to the whole how to make it look like I'm floating thing. So what we do is we highlight all three that we're gonna use. Right click on there, if I remember correctly, edit and open as layer in Photoshop. You just click that, Photoshop should open. And because I have a cheap, slow laptop, this is probably gonna take 3 days, so I'll just skip it into the edit. Okay, cool, it looks like we've got it. Yeah, okay, so everything's into Photoshop now. Looks like it actually went quicker than I expected. But we've got that layer, we've got that one, and we've got that layer. So the background, basically we're going to drag the background up because we want it below the main photo, for lack of a better word. And then that bottom one is at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this one and we're going to select that one. Basically you hold control and you click both to select like both of it. Then if I remember correctly, you click edit and you say auto align layers. And you just click auto, and what Photoshop should do on its own is use the pixels and everything and align the layers to make it look, yeah, like there. Yeah, it looks absolutely horrible, but what we can do is we can just trim the edges away and it will look fine. So yeah, so now it should be aligned properly. And what we can do is, because we've selected the top layer, we can use, where's this tool, the erasing tool. The eraser tool we can use, and we can just widen it. If you press the, oh, I can't see it now. I hate to do my Photoshop does this. Yeah, there you can kind of see. Yeah, then just erase it away, and there it looks a bit more. Yeah, there it looks a bit more corrected. Yeah, and then what we can do is we can just continue into this thing and keep on erasing. We're taking. You see, we can take the table away there. You can erase all around the edges like that. You can erase that away. And now we kind of, what we're doing is we're basically punching a hole into the top layer so that you can see the bottom layer. I won't say punching a hole basically. What we are doing is taking it away, I don't know. Okay, so undoing doesn't work. Control Z is normally undo. But with this one, if you press Control Z once, it undoes the previous command. But if you press it again, it redoes it. So what you have to do is, so you have to basically click in the history bar over there and then look up into your history what you've erased and all of that, and then you just select what you did last, and then that's it. So yeah, we're still taking away this. See, now I can't see how big my erasing circle is because my computer is so slow and it's recording, but I think I'm gonna take away about that much over there. Yeah, that's looking okay, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the feet of the other photo. We have to remember where the ankle positions are of the feet. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna close that. We're gonna look at this photo over here. What we're gonna take is the rectangular marquee tool, and we're gonna just select the feet like that. Yeah, I'm gonna copy that, switch these layers back on, select that top layer, paste it over here, and then Control T is a transform tool that we can use basically to move it into place and make it look and fit it, basically, for lack of a better word. We're obviously going to take that house away at the back there. You're not going to use that. And what you can do is Alt and scroll lets you zoom your image, and then we're going to just align this one. Okay, so that's now snapping. Hold shift and move this so that it doesn't lose quality, and then it looks like that one is already looking good, and you press enter. And because that's a layer, you can go to your eraser tool again, which is, I always don't know where these tools are, and then you just start erasing this, and you can erase that table away, erase that. What I suggest you actually do is, okay, select your pen tool, which is this one over here, pen tool. If you don't know how to select the pen tool, you right click on the tool and there's pen tool, and then what you can do is you're gonna alt and you're gonna get in close over here, because you are still on that layer. Come on, pen tool over there, sweet. And you're just gonna select there, basically gonna select all around your subject, well, not your subject, your little foot over here, because the erasing does an okay job, but it's not very precise, you know. I'm just gonna select all around the shoe over here, like this, like that, there. I'm gonna hold space bar, brings up the hand, and then you can just move it as you please, like that. And you go all around the shoe like that. I'm just gonna speed it up in the edit so that you don't have to wait for 3 years, because I'm very slow at this. I'm only learning Photoshop, so I'm teaching myself, so bear with me, oh dear viewer. Thank you for coming and chilling with me and watching this video. Very much appreciated. Just gonna go around the shoe like that. Cool. So now we've selected the foot that we want to use, and we're going to say selection. Obviously it's going to ask for a feather radius. I like to use 3 because 3 makes it look quite natural. And then you get something called marching ants. Okay, so we're going to zoom out here a little. You Control C, copy, click on the empty layer, paste it over there, and if you switch off that layer, you will see that the foot is kind of there. Control 0, and well, it looks like he's floating, kind of, I don't know. Anyway, look, that's the best that I'm going to get it. Kind of looks dope to me. I mean, you're not gonna notice it if you really concentrate and look at it, but be that as it may, we can make a selection of the other foot now to use, you know, for the that's the left foot I just did, but we can use the right foot now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom in over here, Control D to deselect. We're gonna open up the pen tool again. We're gonna do this foot now. So I'll just fast forward this in the edit again. Okay, cool, and we've done our job with a selection of that foot. Say selection 3. You know, feathering it at 3 looked a bit weird, so I'm actually gonna feather it at 2 this time. Hopefully it looks better. We've got our marching ants. We're gonna say Control C. The calendar one's open. We're gonna open a new layer, which is over there, and we're gonna paste it on there. Okay, cool. So if we do switch off this layer, we still have that foot over there. What we're going to do over here is Control click, so we make a selection of that. We're going to Control T, transform tool, so that we can move it around, and we are going to place it so that it looks kind of real, like there. We just need to scale it a little so that it looks real. That still looks a bit weird. Scale down there. If we press enter and we press deselect, we've got that. We're gonna take out our eraser tool. Hopefully it's not too big, and we're just gonna blend it slightly. I think we've got something over here. See, look how cool that feather looks, feathering it at 2. But look, that looks like he's floating. He really does look like he's floating over there. Don't you think he looks like he's floating? You're not gonna zoom in. Okay, now because you're watching the video, you know there's something going on by the foot, but that could be the sun shining on it. There's no shadow. There's no shadow. We need to solve that problem. But anyway, I think that's how you're gonna do it. That's how you make it look like you're floating. That's it for this video. If you liked it, please don't be afraid to click the like button. If you want to see more of this, consider subscribing. And December has officially started, so well done to all the matriculants for finishing and surviving your examinations. I know what it's like. I've been there. It's hectic, but we're going into the holiday season, so please, all of you guys, enjoy yourselves with your family, with your friends, with yourselves, whatever you enjoy. Have fun, happy holidays. If this is the last video you watch for December, let me just say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And you know, if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays, and go enjoy yourself. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.